Hey everybody, thank you for tuning in. This video is about the doctor's offices and eye doctor's offices and optometrists and MK Ultra. And the reason I felt like I just wanted to do this video is because I just want to know, I just notice things, you know, and I know what's going on and what's real and what's not real. And like, you know, when I first started doing this research, I was really like, I don't even know if this MK Ultra stuff is real. Like, what if this is real? And then I started to link up things in my own life that I've experienced, that I've done on my MK Ultra experience video. And I had some digital harassment and gang stalking, and before I knew anything about this stuff. And so I have a picture of them taking a picture of me, and we made like a police report because I didn't know what was going on. And so I know for sure that Arizona Wilder took my best friend and out of this town under mind control. Her ice was freezing with something with spikes, like an equalizer sticking up out of it. I don't know what kind of devices they use, but they use some sort of light technology. Now, anytime you research the new MK Ultra technology, you will find that this is a light technology, and everything that they do to manipulate this world has to do with visible light and light. Okay, so there's a doctor in town who does this light therapy, and I'm not going to say his name. I'm just going to say that it's a nuclear disaster. And basically, this doctor in town who does the light therapy, my friend, this is how crazy my life is. When things come together, I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. She just I've known her forever. She just randomly tells me this. Did you know that I was in that commercial? I was like, what? Okay, so one of my friends was actually in the commercial for, she was like a light therapist, whatever, but she was like an assistant. She did all the treatments, and she's a cute little girl. So she was actually in the commercial. Okay, so if you know about MK Ultra, I'm hoping that most people watching this are either smart enough to go figure it out or already know about this stuff. Because the thing with MK Ultra is it should be a child, but what they started doing was trying it out on like the prison system people. So they would take like this is what I know. This is what I know for certain. That in this area, elitists, if they want someone to work for them, or they want like an indentured servant or like a slave, that they can get one from the jail system. And basically they buy them out of jail or get them out of jail, and they have their servant, and they're like indentured, they're like, you know. And so basically I know that in that place over there, that there's the house where the youth pastors get sodomized by young girls, and all kinds of other weird stuff going on. And I don't know if these people are involved in that or not, but here's what we know. They take people out of jail and they use them. And where did this actor Tim Allen come from? Jail, right? He was a drug dealer. He was a drug addict, probably. So that's where he came from. He came from jail. And so I thought that was, I had already thought about that before when I was looking into MK Ultra and actors and different things like that, about them getting out of jail and stuff. And I was thinking, you know, that's interesting. And then my friend's like, oh my gosh. So basically, they had the kid from the Santa Claus movie come down, or come up from LA, and do this commercial, this instructional video. Not a commercial, instructional video here, and she was the girl doing it in the video, and the producers for the Santa Claus movie were there and stuff. And she just said that she quit after that because she got such a dark feeling, like something wasn't right and it was weird, and she didn't like it. And she said they were just not good people, and she quit after that. But I thought it was very interesting that they were doing some light technology on this little kid, because we know that MK Ultra actually, like, they'll hypnotize kids to think that they're those characters and then pull them out of it when they're just their alters, their regular alters. And that is why some of the child actors are so good. And that's why a lot of the child actors end up having a lot of problems and breaking down in their programming. Like a lot of Mickey Mouse clubbers will break down their programming because they don't know which identity is real at one point. And then when you know what I mean, it's a, I can't get into it, but it's a duality that they get trapped in, and sometimes they're not able to get out of it. So so they start breaking down, and so basically, this doctor was doing that and doing the light technology on the kid from the Santa Claus video, and the producers of the Santa Claus video were there, and the Santa Claus video has Tim Allen in it. So I just thought that was interesting, especially the light therapy part, because I didn't know that they were doing that in town. I was like, that's weird. And she said she believes in light therapy, though. She does. She said that to this day she believes in light therapy for like skin, all kinds of stuff. But what these people were doing, she said it wasn't good. So that's all. Oh, and just in addition to that, as a side note, I actually was contacted by a couple different people, and they told me that I needed to talk to this doctor in town, that he believed a lot of different stuff, and he had a lot of different things he was talking about, and so like conspiracy stuff. So I should call him. So I called down to this doctor's office that several people that I know go to, and one most definitely MK Ultra, and one of my cousins. I call, and he has a radio station, supposedly on like Blog Talk Radio or something like that. So he has a little radio gig going on, online radio thing going on. And he interviews people. Supposedly, he said he interviews people, seeing what they know about MK Ultra. And the more I started talking to him, the more I was like, I just don't understand. You know, like, do you want me to come on your radio show? But then he's like, well, I want you to meet like this other person first. And it was getting weird. And they, one of them was in the military, used to be in the military, and then they kept pushing this Jesus stuff on me. He's like, well, it doesn't really matter if Jesus died for your sins, everything's gonna be okay. And then John 3:16, and I was like, what in the? I was just like, brr, 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 and I was just going, oh, okay. So I was like, yeah, okay, well, and I just told him, I texted him, I said, he's an optometrist in town, I cannot believe it, because I cannot believe these people are, oh my god. And I was like, I can't talk to a wall. Like, if you want to talk about something real, but like, if you're gonna just tell me that like Jesus died for my sins over and over and over again, like, we can't talk. That's ridiculous. That's stupid. That's not a conversation. That's just somebody's like, go, God, get your balls out of my face. So anyways, that's how I felt about that. But I thought it was interesting that he's an eye doctor, because that's the second eye doctor in town, right? Because the first one is a nuclear disaster. And this one, I don't remember his name or where, the old Starbucks is where his office is, around there. So I definitely thought it was very interesting that he only wanted to know about MK Ultra, and he definitely seemed programmed to respond all the time with Jesus died for your sins and everything's going to be okay, and Jesus shed his blood, and he would go into these mantras that a lot of really programmed people do in religious sects. It's kind of crazy, but he just kept doing that, and so I was like, oh, okay, all right, cool, okay. And then that was it. We could not talk anymore. But anyway, they're the ones, those guys from that show, they're the ones that told me that Crowley, that someone in town told them, there's a lot of people in this town that are interesting, told him that Crowley was alive, that he learned the skeleton key, that he transferred bodies, that he never died, that the person that they took wasn't even him. So that's interesting. So anyways, I think that's it now. I think that's it about the eye doctors in town. I can't think of anything else.